joining us now is a man you gave a start to, correct?
Well,
in a way?
I'll tell you about Hank, you there?
Hank Greenberg? Hank Goldberg, you there?
I'm here.
Hey, Hank, how are you?
I'm good.
Boy, if you were Hank Greenberg.
I know that. I flubbed it right in front of Larry King.
No,
Larry can do a lot of things, but he can't bring back Hank Greenberg.
Hey, Hank.
Hank Goldberg had a wonderful advertising agency in Miami, very successful. Who was your partner, Hank?
Bieber and Silverstein. You did commercials for them.
I did commercials for Florida Power and Light and other things. They had great products. But Hank also was a sports maven.
Yeah.
So when I did color with the Dolphins with Rick Weaver, first Henry Barrett and Rick Weaver, when I got my national radio show on Mutual, I had to move to Washington. So Hank went from color man, from spotter to color man. And Hank was a great spotter and a great color man. And there were nothing like those days, right, Hank?
Oh, it was the best. When Larry left, he was doing a sports show on Saturday nights.
Right.
And he told the general manager of the station I'd be a good guy to take his place on the sports shows. And that's how I got started in broadcasting.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Hank he was a wonderful broadcaster. He had a great talk show. I have a lot of faith in Hank. I like his picks. I like him with horses. Hank knows horses.
You like the ponies, Hank. I know that.
Yeah. Larry and I spent some time at the track and
how about Highlight?
Highlight and anywhere where there was where there was betting going on, you could find it.
Someone once said,
yes.
I said to this guy once, the guy at Hialeah was in the clubhouse. It was in the press box. Remember the little guy, Mickey something? Was that his name?
Oh, well, Fred Capicelli used to be
Fred. But I said to this guy, do you bet Highlight? And he goes, 30 Spanish players who take showers together, I don't trust.
Oh, man, I love this. Hank, you ready to pick some games? Because Larry's going to pick with you.
I'm going to tell you about Larry's most difficult interview. It was with a guy named Ollie Gleichenhaus, who started the Ollie Burger. And Larry had him on his talk show to promote it. And and Ollie was talking about he invented the Ollie Burger. And it was, it was a seasoned burger, and they opened these Ollie Burger stores all over the country. And he was talking about his daughter getting engaged, and Larry said, "What's the matter? You don't look happy about it." He says, "Well, Larry, she's going to marry a vegetarian."
I remember that.
You do remember that?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, the Ollie Burger.
Fantastic.
Whatever happened to the Ollie Burgers?
It's not around anymore.
It wasn't popular because nobody wanted to buy a seasoned hamburger.
That's right.
Well, now you guys have Nate Now's when you come on here.
Nate Now's, and I have my Brooklyn Water Bagel.
That's right. You got
the best bagels in L.A.
You're right there on Beverly
Drive,
and
right past
and Olympic,
Wilshire,
just north of Olympic.
Just north of Olympic.
Oh, I know that. My parents, they go in there every time.
I saw, you know who I saw there today?
No, who'd you see there?
Magic Johnson, ordering bagels to take out.
In your bagel joint.
In my Magic Johnson, behind the counter.
Of all the bagel joints in all the world, he steps into yours.
Yeah. All right, the games. You go first, Hank.
Let's pick some games.
You do it with the odds or not?
No, we do odds here.
We do it with evens, too. We don't understand. I don't know what you mean by words like that. Those words confuse
I forgot.
me. I have no idea what you mean when
the
you say
NFL thinks that no one gambles on football.
Yeah.
I tell you what. If they ban football gambling, right? If they ban football gambling and if they banned fantasy leagues, the NFL would have 3 viewers on Sunday.
Well, there's... Or you know...
Anyway.
Yeah, we got...
Just an opinion.
We've got 3... We've got... How many games are we picking here, Hank? We got 4 more games. Hank, you took it on the chin last week. I don't know. Take a look, Hank. Larry, last week, Hank went with the Chargers. He went with the Rams and went with the Eagles, and they were all losses.
This is just win or lose.
But Hank, we got you in the doctor's office last week, right? So I think you might have been preoccupied. Right?
Yeah, well, how was I to know that the Charger kicker was going to miss 2 field goals and the quarterback was going to throw 2 interceptions?
Yeah, the vagaries.
Well, wait a minute. If you're picking a game, you don't know if the quarterback's going to throw 2 interceptions unless you know the quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I forgive you for anything.
All right, let's get to it. Here we go. Hit the NFL Films music. Hank's first really good game. Saturday, Philadelphia, Washington. Who do you have at this one?
I've got Philadelphia. The game is much more important to them than it is to Washington. You've got RG3 back at quarterback. And last week, the last 6 games, Washington's quarterbacks have been averaging being sacked 6 times a game. And Philadelphia can get after the quarterback. McCoy should have a big game. And Philadelphia's defense has over 40 sacks this year. And then Philadelphia's got Washington and the Giants. They beat both of them. They've got a good chance of still making the playoffs.
What do you think, Larry? You agree?
Philly easy. I think the Washington. By the way, I have a good suggestion. Letterman had it the other night. Did you see his suggestion for changing the name?
No, I didn't.
Change it from the Redskins.
Yes.
Leave it. You could leave it as the Redskins.
Right.
But instead of the symbol of an Indian, have a red potato on the helmet. And those are red skin potatoes.
We could pass that up the chain. We just passed it up the chain of command.
And
here
they'd
on
be
NFL
known
Now.
as the Spuds.
There you go. Really good games with Hank Goldberg.
I agree with Hank on that one.
Out loud. I love it. Hank, next up, big battle in the NFC South. Atlanta at the Saints. Who do you have in this one?
Well, the Saints have lost 4 straight games at home. I've got a little bit of a scoop for you. Drew Brees has been playing with a abdominal muscle injury in his, and that's been a reason why he hasn't been so great week after week. And New Orleans' defense is not too good under Rob Ryan. They're next to last in all the key stats. In Atlanta, Matt Ryan he hit him for 445 yards in the opening game. Julio Jones is back for Atlanta. They'll be at full strength in their passing game, and I like Atlanta. And by the way, they're a live underdog in this game. I'm allowed to say that.
What does that mean?
I don't understand. Larry, help me interpret this language. Who do you think? Do you agree with that?
These are 2 teams I can't figure out all year. So I'll go with Hank. If you like Atlanta,
he does.
All right, I like Atlanta.
Okay.
Drew Brees has a stomach ailment.
That's breaking news right there.
Big news, Hank.
Yep.
That won't affect the
understanding
of the game by Rocco.
by certain individuals.
By Rocco Brunetti and his gang.
Defenses for New Orleans.
Go with Atlanta.
Kansas City at Pittsburgh. Hank, you have the floor. We've got 3 minutes left in the segment.
Well, Bell is going to have over 200 yards in total offense for Pittsburgh, and that'll help Ben's passing game. Antonio Brown has 21 touchdown passes between the 2 of them, and Kansas City's run defense is very weak. They gave up 141 yards rushing to Arizona. And Jamal Charles not 100% for Kansas City. I like Pittsburgh a lot in this game.
What about you, Larry?
I like Pittsburgh's on a roll to me. They were bad at the beginning, but they're getting better and better. They might be in the Super Bowl. I'm not kidding. The only challenge to New England might be Pittsburgh. I go with Pittsburgh. So far, I'm agreeing with Hank on every one.
Yeah, lockstep. Last one, Hank Goldberg, the big game in Dallas, the Colts and the Cowboys. The Cowboys need it more than the Colts. Does that sway you one way or the other?
No, Dallas is, Indianapolis is playing for seeding, and Dallas has lost, all their losses have been at home. DeMarco Murray with the broken hand may not be able to play. If he doesn't play, that takes away their ball control, and Luck can get it going against them, and he has other targets besides that. Dallas's defense not that great. They blew that 21-0 lead against Philadelphia last week, and Romo, of course, played great after they had caught up. I like Indianapolis to pull another upset here.
What about you, Larry King?
First time I'll disagree.
You like the Cowboys?
Yeah, Jerry Jones personally likes the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones, of course.
Yeah.
The best general manager in the league.
You think so, Larry?
I don't know. Anyway, he told me he is. Anyway, I'll disagree with Hank. I'll take the Cowboys.
Okay, so Larry...
Remember my rule on Kansas City. You don't take a quarterback whose name ends in Smith.
That's it? I didn't know that. Hey, thanks, Hank, for calling in, and I'm so glad I got a chance to hook you 2 guys up.
Oh, give him a big hug for me.
Hank, I love you, Hank.
You're me over the years.
You're the best, Hank.
Thank you, Larry.
You bet. Thanks for calling in, Hank. We'll chat with you next week.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.